From stealing the power of Hawkins' kids to smashing entire dimensions together, Vecna's plan heading into Volume 3 is basically a straight shot toward total domination. Let's break down exactly what his endgame looks like and what's actually going on inside his head. Volume 2 drops one of the biggest twists about the Upside Down we've ever seen. It isn't just a parallel world, it's more like a tunnel. A massive wormhole that connects Earth to another realm completely. The Abyss. That means the Upside Down was never the real birthplace of the Demogorgons, or the Mind Flayer like we've believed for years. Instead, it's the pathway, the in-between, the corridor that leads to where those things truly live. And suddenly the stakes jump way beyond simply closing a gate. Because if the Upside Down is a bridge, the real danger isn't the bridge itself. It's whatever is trying to cross it, and whatever Vecna is desperately dragging through it. That setup is basically the foundation for Volume 3. The crucial detail is that this bridge is being held together by one single source of energy. In the Upside Down version of Hawkins' lab, the crew discovers this floating, otherworldly mass called exotic matter. It behaves like glue, the stuff literally stitching the wormhole walls together. And when it gets disturbed, reality around it reacts violently. There's that insane moment when one shot into it sends a shockwave through the space and the environment starts liquefying. The implication is terrifying and simple. The passage can be crossed, and it can completely collapse. And if it collapses while it's in use, the worlds don't just merge, they crash straight into each other, giving Vecna exactly the type of chaos he thrives in. What makes this worse is that Vecna isn't hiding in the Upside Down anymore. Volume 2 confirms he's been operating primarily from the Abyss all along. That realm is his domain, the true origin point of the monsters tied to him. The Upside Down is just the access hallway. Fragile, temporary. Something he uses until the moment it outlives its purpose. His plan is built around exploiting that hallway until he's ready to force a collision big enough to reshape Hawkins, and eventually everything beyond it. We also learn that Vecna has abducted 12 Hawkins kids so far. And it's not pointless cruelty. He's using their minds as amplifiers, turning their thoughts into extensions of himself. The final sequence drives this home hard. In Vecna's psychic realm, the kidnapped children stand, joined hand in hand, eyes glowing white, twisted into that disturbing position we've seen before. That's not decoration. That is stage 1 of execution. The moment preparation becomes action. And this connects back to something Vecna has already done. Remember Will. Vecna once took control of him from a distance, using him like a remote tool. Through Will, roots spread, tunnels formed, and gateways began forming gradually. That proves something important. Vecna doesn't conquer by standing in front of people. He conquers by using them, bending vulnerable minds into instruments. Now he's simply scaling up that method. 12 kids instead of 1. He's not spying, he's supercharging himself. The show lays it out clearly. His goal is to bring the Abyss crashing downward through the Upside Down and into the real world, fusing them together. Around this time, the gang realizes the Abyss literally sits above the Upside Down like layered worlds. Holly's storyline drives home how horrifying that is. She wakes in Vecna's lair, rips a vine from her mouth, runs outside, and realizes she isn't in the Upside Down. She's already in the Abyss. Later, she nearly falls through a crack toward the Upside Down, screaming for help. A scream Nancy hears, but instead of relief, it becomes a warning. The layers are shifting. Movement between them is becoming more possible, and Vecna is tightening his grip. He yanks Holly back right as escape feels near, as if he's signaling that this time he steps ahead. So what exactly is he doing to Hawkins? As the Abyss begins descending, Hawkins becomes the collision point, ground zero. The Upside Down becomes the bridge that makes the crash possible. The exotic matter is the fragile hinge keeping everything intact until the final moment. Vecna is weaponizing the wormhole itself. He wants it stable just long enough to pull off the merge. And after that, collapse doesn't matter. If the bridge falls while people are inside it, they die. If the abyss finishes descending, Hawkins stops being invaded and instead becomes permanently rewritten. Earth becomes the playground of creatures that were never meant to exist here, all under Vecna's control. The episodes put huge emphasis on how the abyss is the true source of the mind flayer and demogorgons. Wild, hostile, raw, mirroring Henry Creel's chaotic nature. We even get more of Henry's backstory, including references to his childhood encounter, the stage show The First Shadow, and how early exposure warped him forever. And Hammy Campbell-Bower's comments make Vecna's intention crystal clear. Total annihilation followed by reconstruction. Remaking the world his way. This isn't some monster invasion story. This is an extinction and rebuild plan. That's why the children matter so much. They're not trophies. They are a power grid. Meanwhile, the heroes realize saving the kids equals saving the world. Holly and the others are trapped in that grotesque tree-like lair inside the abyss. The final shot of Volume 2 frames them as the engine driving everything forward. Stopping Vecna means dismantling his control network, freeing the minds powering his strength, all while fighting him at the heart of the dimension feeding him. Then comes the plan. By the end of Volume 2, everyone regroups and focuses on the radio tower. The idea: enter the Upside Down, climb the tower, leap into the abyss as it descends, let Eleven, Kaylee, and Will take on Vecna directly, while everyone else rescues the kids and escapes back through the Upside Down before detonating the exotic matter to sever the bridge entirely. It's complicated, it's fragile, and one mistake means total failure. Will's role becomes even more dangerous. His abilities are unlike Eleven's, born not from Henry's bloodline but from contact with Vecna and the Mind Flayer. His powers only work near the hive mind, meaning being in the abyss puts him both at maximum strength and at maximum risk. Vecna knows Will's potential and his weaknesses better than anyone. Everything leads back to the truth. Volume 2 makes undeniable Vecna isn't trying to win via monster attacks or simple portals. He's turning the Upside Down into a bridge. He's harvesting children as batteries. He's forcing the abyss down into our world. And once that collision happens, there is no going back. The last sequence, the ritual, the joined hands, the white eyes, makes it unmistakable. The plan is already in motion. Stopping him now means chasing him into his own territory, letting his plan almost succeed just to confront him at the one place he can't retreat from. And realistically, not everyone is walking out alive. Who that will be is the question haunting everyone. What do you think Vecna's ultimate goal really is? And do you think the group has even the slightest chance of stopping him without losing someone major? Tell me what you think in the comments. And if you want more Stranger Things breakdowns, theories, and deep dives, make sure to stick around.